So here we are in episode 3. I have a little glare from the sun. Let me move over. Which is learning to say no. And I know that this was very hard for me to realize. And I know a lot of people that have an issue with it themselves. And so you're overbooking yourself by doing this. I've talked to so many people about this. And here's the thing. It's cool to do something for other people. It's nice to help them. But you have to realize that when you overbook yourself and you say yes to everything that people are asking you, you're going to be running around like a chicken without a head. I know I've said this a million times, but you're going to feel stressed. And sometimes when you feel like I can't say no, I have to, hey, can you come in early? Can you stay late? Can you pick up, my kid from here, there, or the other? And you're not even, it's not part of what your schedule is. So it's overbooking it. I don't really feel guilty anymore telling people no. And here's how you do it without feeling guilty, because we're all in this I have to be a people pleaser thing. I have to please everybody. But in all reality, you're just setting yourself up for a crazy, freaking, stressful day, life, whatever it is. Because if someone says, hey, can you do this, that, or the other? Right away, we want to say yes, because we don't want to be a jerk face. We want to make sure that they're like, hey, this person's cool and they'll never say no to anything I ask them. But you have to respect your time, and you have to teach other people to respect your time. It's kind of like you always have some of those people that are always sucking the energy out of you, and they're always asking you for extra stuff, and they're always asking you to bend over backwards for them. And I'm cool with helping people, only if it's respecting my time. By me saying yes to everything, I'm not respecting the time and the things that I need to get done. So then I'm going bat-ass crazy because I didn't get done what I needed to get done. I work from home, okay? I also work outside of the home. I have a list that I need to get done. These are my priorities. If you come and ring my doorbell, I may not answer. Yes, I would love to visit with you, but right now that's not my top priority. Let's set that up for another date. There's nothing wrong with telling someone that, like, you know what, let me check my schedule and let me see, if we can, let's set that up for another time. But seriously, what's a priority? Your sanity or saying yes to everybody? Here's the thing. If someone says, hey, can you come with me to my dad's best friend's, uncle's, grandma's 80th birthday party? Not really a priority. Don't feel guilty about saying no. And don't ever feel like you need to explain why you're saying no. Because then you get into this, oh, I'm guilty, I have to over-explain it, and then I don't want them to be mad at me. And quit trying to be a people pleaser all the time. Break that habit now. And it will allow you to significantly focus on your priorities and get the stuff you need to get done first. Then you can decide whether you want to say yes or no to certain things. You don't always have to say yes to them, because sometimes when you do that, you end up saying yes, and then the whole time you're doing whatever it is they asked you to do, you're ticked off, you're angry because you're like, oh, I could be doing this instead. So in all honesty, it only hurts you in the long run. It hurts you because you're not being productive for what you need to get done. So like I said before, it's not like I'm going to say no to everything people ask me, and you shouldn't either. Doing things for other people feels good and it makes sense. It's the right thing to do, but you want to make sure that when you're saying yes to them, you're not saying no to your priorities, and it doesn't compromise what's on your schedule, because you will overbook yourself by saying yes all the time. Like, hey, can we meet up earlier? Like, can we meet up at 3:00? Technically, yes, I could, but no, I can't, because I got this going on. This is more important than me saying, let me just drop everything for you. So you really it's a respect for your time and teaching people to respect your time. You're respecting it and they're respecting it. Because some people will seriously take advantage and ask you for everything. And in all honesty, a normal human being, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, they'll respect the fact that maybe you have other things going on in your life. Now, if you're someone who says no to everything, like, I don't have time, that's different. I'm talking about being a yes person, being a people pleaser, because you're not helping yourself, you're not managing your time right, and you're not being a jerk face by saying no. You really aren't. You're being productive in your schedule, and then they can come next. And, like, if it's a life or death thing and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to say yes, then do it. But it's up to you to decide what is important and what isn't. And if you're not managing your time and you're trying to please everybody else, you're not pleasing yourself, you're not getting done what needs to get done, and you're just overwhelmed, you're running around, like I said, with a chicken, like a chicken without a head. And I've been there, and I'm past that. So as far as telling someone, hey, no, I can't do this, but here's the thing. Sometimes you don't say no right away, but don't say yes right away. Think about it. Be like, you know what, let me check my schedule. You know, thanks for the offer. Depending upon what they're asking. Like, obviously, if they're like, hey, can you stay, you know, for 12 hours later than what your shift is? There's my doorbell. Don't know who it is and not going to answer it right this second. They can wait. But here's the thing. Like, maybe, like I said, don't be afraid to say no. Check your schedule. Just be straight up with them. Be like, look, you know what? Sometimes it's real easy because you can be like, no, you know what? I know Tuesday I've got something going on, so I can't do it. But if you're not sure and you're not sure that it's something that's going to be productive for your time, then go ahead and check your schedule. Do it. Here's one thing I recommend you not doing. Don't lie. Don't lie about why you can't do something or why you don't want to do it. Be honest with people. That's the only way that you're going to either be asked again. And it's okay. Sometimes it's an honor to be asked to do something. But, you know, when you're asking people to do stuff, if you're asking them within 5 minutes notice, you have to expect that they may not say yes, and you can't be aggravated if they don't say yes. So manage your time better by learning to say no and not feeling guilty, and do not always be a people pleaser. Seriously, because don't be the yes man, because that will just make you resent everybody and everything that you're saying yes to, because sometimes when you're saying yes to them, you're saying no to yourself and what needs to come first as far as what's your priorities and what's going on in your schedule. So that's why I went really early today, because yes, I have plans later today, and no, I will not be doing my live because it doesn't fit my schedule. So, you know, we've talked about all these things like setting up a schedule, and, you know, there's just so many different ways to do it. And if you're not doing it, you're disservicing yourself. And if you're saying yes to everything, you're disservicing the priorities that you actually need to get done, to where then you're like, I don't have time for anything, and I don't have time to sit down and breathe and look in the mirror for a second and realize, am I trying to please everybody? And in the process of doing that, am I suffering from a headless chicken syndrome running around? Okay, so think about it that way, and don't be afraid to tell someone no, and don't feel rude. You know, if you can't tell them right away, just be like, let me check my schedule and I'll get back to you. So then they're either waiting, or maybe it wasn't that important that they needed you to do it right then and there. So take time to think when someone asks you to do something, and know that it is not selfish to say no to someone when they're asking you something that doesn't fit your priorities or your schedule. So you guys have a great Saturday. One more day of this, and then I've got something more exciting and cool coming. It's just going to keep getting better and better. So time management, I feel, for everybody is like number one. So go spend time with your family this weekend and say no to all those crazy things that you've been saying yes to all this time, that's been setting you off and not letting you be productive. Have a great day, guys. Bye.